I absolutely love this question. Gary, thanks so much for sending it in. The question is, how do you get credibility for technology when your competition they're clumped in the same technology location, but they use a slightly different technology and they've gotten really bad press, and now the market is tainting everything in a bad way. It took me a while to actually think about this and then put my arms around it. And so I'm excited about this question and how to move forward. So sometimes when you're in a market category and the 800-pound gorilla comes in and they spend tons of money on a particular thing, there's no way you could change it. You can't fix where there's so much money, and if you fight in the same battleground, you're not going to win. There's more money there. So what do? Well, you change the battleground. You change the rules of engagement. What naturally falls in the top of my head is you could either hire the firm Gartner or do a Gartner type analysis. Gartner analysis are the simple 2x2. And when you're looking at the 2x2, what you would do is you would put your technology on one side and just put the class of technology, and then put the competitors, actually the way to do it is your competitors' technology, then your technology. And then on the left-hand side, you do doesn't work, works. And you could fill in the blank of what that is for you. Now, with the Gartner 2x2 quadrants, what you're always doing is you're looking for the upper right-hand quadrant. And what you do is you look at all the other competitors and you actually put in the boxes where they reside. Right? Now, whether it's work or doesn't work or produces bad enzymes in the environment or whatever it is, obviously you should check with the lawyers to make sure that the things that you say there, particularly if you're listing them, that's where there is potentially going to a third party would make more sense, so to pay for a third party to list 2x2 for you. And what happens is, if particularly if you're the only category in the upper right, the only company in the upper right hand quadrant, then that becomes really easy, right? And so then what happens is, once that is available, the way I would consider marketing is change the technology category. If your technology has a particular, let's say, 3-letter acronym you could put in front of it, then you put in the 3-letter acronym and then you put in the technology afterwards. So you're actually carving off a new technology where people are asking, what is that? And when they ask for that, you could either send them the PDF back with not just the Gartner results or the 2x2 with the results showing where you sit, but copies of other reports that are in the marketplace, other studies in the marketplace that demonstrate what your technology has done that does well and the others doesn't. Having a simple 2x2 with a half a page of write-up saying these sort of studies have been done, this sort of technology produces, your technology produces good results, and the other technology produces results that are not in the same category of good. Okay? Remember, I'm not a big fan of slamming other people, but rather creating your own new technology that has a benefit to it. And then what you could do is this particular technology, look for companies in the marketplace that are looking for added advantages. Look for companies in the marketplace that would want to advertise the benefits to their customers of what your product produces. So if we're talking about air purification, for instance, going to a large chain like AMC and saying, hey, I know you have Dolby theaters and you know how much incremental money you could charge for theaters which have Dolby sound in it. And you could research what Dolby has done to be able to make that happen. I've gone to a Dolby sounded theater. It was fantastic. But imagine being able to say you have significantly greater air purification in these theaters. Come and enjoy the movie with your mask off. If that's something you could say, right? Inside companies, what large office property companies could actually say this is part of, not only do we deliver internet and electricity, obviously, water, bathrooms, but we also do air purification with this, now put in your 3-letter acronym name, and approach this sort of technology. So you're in essence creating a new technology with backup support of showing it's the same stuff. You're just rebranding it and playing in a different space. You're not in the space that has all these negative reports written about it. You're in a new space. Once you have that behind you in terms of having that information, then you start doing, like any time you do marketing, you look for the places where you could find, unless you have a large cachet of money to do marketing, advertising, you look for the partners who their bottom line will be improved by using your product. Kind of a very interesting approach, and one that, like I said, took me a little while to figure this out. But in today's world, the ability to, here's another idea that just popped in my mind. One of my friends did this. You go to Fiverr, you find somebody who does a white video, a white label, whiteboard video, right? And you get these done for less than $500, and it can also reinforce. So you could get to 2 or 3 minute video that just reinforces those research studies. And at the end of the day, you're branding a technology that's in a class by itself, that the marketplace is going to say, yes, this provides value, and then going after the third parties who will benefit financially from actually using your product. Hopefully that makes a lot of more sense for you. It's pretty powerful for me to think through. And this is true for any of us, whether or not you're looking at a product and technology or whether or not you're an individual. Where do you sit in the world where you're doing something? You don't have to be the only person in the world that does this, but where do you sit in the world where you do something that's so powerful that you can talk about what you deliver in this space, and where do you sit in that space? Where in the 2x2 do you actually and your service actually reside? So in summary, if you actually are sitting in a location where the 800-pound gorilla has spent a lot of money advertising a brand in a marketplace and a technology, and you have been calling yourself a firm that fits in that same technology, and it turns out that that technology is not good, you're not going to fix the public's perception of that technology without a lot of money. What you do is you eat brand and create a specific target technology with a new brand to it that really does provide that incremental value, that new way in which to think. It's a absolutely, and then have the research, the reports, the things behind it that reinforce that you really have something that's different, and how it's different than other people, and the benefits that it delivers. Hey, I hope you found this valuable. I decided to keep this one short. Have yourself a great rest of the week. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye now.